This does not even deserve a captain's log introduction, because this is dead serious. The inside and outside tour I did a few months ago of my house. Everyone hearing it? My mother, angry at me!
Arthur? Do you hear, buddy?
Yeah.
You know what day it is?
It's the 18th.
Actually, it's the day to record the podcast, you dumbass.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is the 13th podcast. Yeah, that's about as far as I got. I'm gonna be honest.
That was
the best intro you're.
That was your
the best intro you're gonna get from me.
I expected like some in-depth, like crazy.
So, do you want me to give a whole monologue? Like,
I did. Yeah, I was expecting like, yo,
okay,
like,
my bad.
Like everybody, welcome to the 13th podcast.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the 13th podcast. I'm Dalton. That's Arthur. I don't know which way I'm pointing on the screen.
You're
one of these ways.
You're
is
right.
Arthur.
I'm your right, and you're my left. You're my right.
That's Arthur.
That's Dalton. Yeah.
So, yeah. This season 3, episode 3. We're discussing stuff about the internet. Horrors of the internet, bad things that can happen on the internet, bad things that are caused by the internet. And in this case, art that is inspired by the internet. With this episode, we watched Bo Burnham's Inside last night. And me and Arthur paused a lot through the movie, talked about a lot of shit that I didn't even expect we would talk about. But it was a great experience. I had already seen Inside. I seen it back in 2021 or 2022, and I've always been a fan of Bo Burnham. Arthur, when he was growing up, knew who Bo Burnham was a fan of him, but didn't follow him into his later years. And Arthur had never seen Inside, and I found that really interesting because, one, it's just a phenomenal thing, great film, and because this season is so focused on the internet, I figured that this had been something that he had already touched base on, but instead he was more touching the base of his shaft because there's lotion in the background.
Oh God, I got a dog. Shit. Oh shit. Listen, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, I don't need to know what you were doing with that. Right?
Dude, I literally just got home maybe 30 minutes ago. So
hey, sometimes that's all the time you need.
My dog wanted to brutally molest me. And like, dude, it just it was like, dude, my dog, he was so excited to see me, and he didn't do any of that. I'm just saying, I'm just joking. But he just like, he's so excited. So like with like, I've noticed with him growing older by the minute, obviously, he just loves to like rub every part of his face all over my face to like, you know, greet, and like he just wanted the cuddles real quick. So you know how to bust out them cuddles with him, and then
that's adorable.
Now he's calm, collected, and making sure that I'm here and watching me and stuff. Even though he's a pain in the ass, I love him to death. But he's a pain in my ass, and he eats my stuff. But anyways, like Dalton was saying, man, I just think last night was it was a cool experience because like I've said things to Dalton that I've never told anybody in my fucking life, which is wild. Like the only person that knew was me, and that's like the cool thing about it. But it's also like, fuck it, you know? Why not? I've heard some shit from Dalton. Might as well hear some shit from me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I just gotta do it. But anyways, the main reason why I even said that was because of what I was getting from what he was trying to tell And it led into a conversation where it did get a little dark, where you know, I'm not really gonna get into that, but it's just like it made me think hardcore. And then, ever since we started doing these internet episodes, man, they've been an obvious picture in front of me for the longest time, but this is painting the picture right in front of me, and I'm seeing it.
Right.
And it's crazy. I see it with my kids. I've executed ever since we did the giggling goon clown. My kids no longer play Roblox. They don't play Fortnite. They don't. Everything's deleted off of their tablets, their Xboxes. Everything.
In like a lot of people might think like, oh, that's a bit overboard, and it's like, yes and no. I'd rather be overboard and make sure my child is safe. I don't have kids personally, but in my opinion, I'd rather have that be the situation rather than
What if?
my 7-year-old child fucking have something horrible done to them. I don't want that.
No, and I don't want.
You don't want that.
I don't wish that upon anybody at all, because it's just like one of those things, man, where you never know. And it sounds so far-fetched, and it does, but them far-fetched like positions
it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely. And if you guys know what we're talking about, go back to the latest episode, the Giggling Goon Clown, and like you can tell, I was just completely off that episode. I really didn't want to talk about it, but it's just one of those things where, like, you guys need to fucking hear it, and you need to understand that, like, we live in a world based off this right here.
Yep.
And the obvious, answer is just right in front of you. Why are they doing this? Why are kids doing that? The internet.
It's everything to do with the internet's influence. So let's just get this out of the way. What did you think of the movie?
It's a masterpiece. But it was more than just a masterpiece, dude. It was an emotional adventure of reality.
Yeah. So, like, with Inside, it's kind of weird because it's a comedy special. It's supposed to be a comedy special. It's supposed to make you laugh. And Bo kind of has this weird habit. I don't even want to say it's a weird habit, but it's a habit of, like, turning his comedy specials into something with more meaning.
With dark meanings.
Like,
excuse me.
Make Happy, his special 5 years before Inside, that's when he was like, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. It was essentially him talking about how he cannot handle it. Like, he's doing it because it's his job, but he mentally cannot take it. And, like, the last song on Make Happy has brought me to tears before, because, like, I'm not an entertainer. I don't strive to be, famous. I make shit. I like making shit. That's why I do the podcast. It's not because I want to make it big. It's that I enjoy doing it. And there'll come a day where I sit down with Arthur and be like, hey, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm gonna skedaddle. And, that could be years down the line, or that could be by the end of the season. I'm like, you know what? It was fun, but maybe the next seasons ain't for me. Who knows?
And like, dude, and it's crazy because, like, with this rabbit hole we're going down, and like, I knew we're gonna dive deep, and it's only gonna get deeper. And where we go with this, and like he said, like, this may be the last thing we've ever fucking put out, because, and it's not just like the internet itself. Well, it will be probably the internet. It's gonna be, this is like when the next season comes out, like season 4, like when we're officially done with this, I'm probably gonna have to take a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so I can, like, maybe a month to just coop understand things and not
reassess
on, not just focusing on, the background of the internet. Dalton, do me a favor real quick.
What's up?
Before we dive deep into this conversation with Bo.
Yep.
Pull up your internet and look up who invented the internet.
Who invented the internet? The internet is a complex creation that involved many people over decades. So apparently the initial inventor of the internet, who made a computerized library called Memex, which, if you didn't know, the original word that meme stems from is memetics, which, let me just make sure I got my information right. Memetics founder? Charles Darwin, I believe. Or no, Richard Dawkins. It's part of Darwinism. Though, and memetics is the social. So essentially, like, memetics is the thing of when somebody does something, another person does it. So like these nuts jokes is a part of memetics because it's become like a common trend between humans that they do these jokes. Or saying hi, shaking hands, that's memetics. It's social constructs that we provide for ourselves to be able to communicate easier. But it's turned into internet memes is like the newest addition into memetics. But on past that, then it was Joseph Carl Robinette Licklider, who that's an unfortunate name, dude.
I tried so hard to be serious.
In the early 60s, he envisioned using computer networks for communication. Then Paul Barron, who is a person linked to circumventing problems he encountered while using the stuff when it came to communication. And then a couple foundations, or a foundation, participated in it. Then Vinton Cerf and Bob Kahn were people who can develop transmission control protocol and internet protocol.
All right, you can stop.
Which provided the backbone of the internet. There's one more person, just let me get to him. And Tim Berners-Lee, who invented the World Wide Web. Who he also
who was that?
HTML. Tim Berners-Lee.
All right, so fuck Tim Boners for one.
Tim Boners. It's Tim Berners.
So fuck him, 100%. Fuck all those guys for creating a monster like they cannot stop no more. Yeah. Can't fucking stop. I think, to me, those people are pieces of shits because they have taken so much out of our lives to do shit like this. You know?
Yeah, like, it's... Apologies, my dog is barking.
I can't hear him.
But, so...
Wait, your dog barked?
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
Really? Thank God. So, yeah, dude, I don't think they even anticipated what the internet would turn out to be. Like, but that's the thing. When you invent something, I don't think you really plan on what it's going to become. You just know what it is when you're making it. But all this to be said, with the creation of the internet and with how it's like interacted with humans and how it's messed up how we function in our brains, this is where Bo comes in. Like, Bo became famous on the internet, and he will go through interviews and interviews saying that he wished he didn't. He was 16 years old. He didn't know what he was doing. He just wanted to post a funny video online to share with his friends and family. That was it. and it blew up, and he became famous off of it. And he's struggled with it ever since. So when it comes to Inside, we kind of peer into what he thinks of the internet.
Mm.
Uh,
Boy.
So let's just start with the first song, Content, which we talked a little bit while we were watching of the term content is more linked to internet videos. Like usually when it's an art piece, they'll say it's an art piece. When it's a movie or film, TV show, it's television, so on and so forth. Very rarely do people consider comedy specials art pieces. They're just comedy specials, they're there to make you laugh.
Exactly, yeah.
Comedy specials, in a sense, are the content of the entertainment world that's not in a digital space.
And then we take that content, we turn it into shorts, and we make content out of content.
Yep.
That's so fucking wild.
You'll chop it down, you'll make something within a 30-second video, and now you can... Why is my camera doing the thing again?
Oh no, you're glitching now. You're good. Keep talking. I can still hear you though.
All right, cool.
Like the Matrix. Fits in great.
Let me unplug it back in, see if that...
But I think with like how this is being made content, let's look at our attention spans. Look how look how short our attention spans are now.
Yeah,
maybe not us, maybe you, because like I'm almost 10 years older than you are.
Yeah,
blows me away. But it's like the attention span of a child right now is so small compared to what it was in like the 90s or the 80s or 70s. But once the internet started coming out, with me, I grew up. I was born in 92. I didn't start realizing life and remembering life until like maybe 97, 98.
Yeah.
Where I'm starting to realize a bunch of stuff. Because as like a really young child, your goal was to go outside and play with toys. You don't know when you're going to get food. It is your mom and dad's job or whoever's taking care of you's job to make sure that you get this food, right?
Yep.
But when you start getting older, like me, before the start of the major social media of what it is now, because social media wasn't even a thing. We had, AOL, Yahoo, Yahoo Chat, or fucking Messenger. Yep. And, that was the start of the social media world. For me, maybe for someone else, it was probably like, I don't know, emailing people, or pen pals.
Yeah.
Now, holy shit. Dude, like I was telling you yesterday, dude, about like I look at content, look it up on my phone. Literally, man. Like I'll get up on here, and I'll get up on here on TikTok. No, literally scroll for hours. Just look at other people's content. Sometimes I see like Bo Burnham doing his thing from his movie to content. Everything is just it's a swipe up now.
Sometimes you don't even realize that you're losing hours, and that's the scary part. Like, you can scroll for hours, and then you don't realize it, and you just look at your phone, and you're like, oh, I just sat on my phone for an ungodly amount of time.
For 4 fucking hours in your bed when you can go out and fucking, go walk your dog or go exercise or go get some food at a restaurant or actually, matter of fact, go to the grocery store, walk around and deal with people. And guess what? You're cooking at home because you're moving, you're being active, you're doing your thing. And then it's like boom, 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 boom. And then, yeah, maybe you're going to be fucking tired. But people like, like you and I and stuff, we just scroll. I'm bad with it. I'm obsessed with it.
And I thankfully was like able to catch myself At least for the most part. I'm able to catch myself pretty frequently when I fall into a hole. That's why like I try to keep the stuff that I watch to like stuff that I'm genuinely like interested in. Like I watch a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff, or like I'll watch stuff about video game speedruns because I find that interesting. But I have never really sat down and watched like a Mr. Beast video.
No, I've never. I used to
Like
watch. I used to watch like Logan Paul vlogs when he was doing his like specials.
I was never a vlog guy.
David Dobrik, that was my dude.
Sketch comedy stuff I'm interested in because you're writing a sketch. Video game high school is like one of the biggest inspirations I've ever seen on the internet, and I don't feel like enough people talk about it because it was these guys who had no way into Hollywood who just shoved their foot in the door and says, "Okay, if you don't let us do it, we'll do it ourselves."
Exactly. But like with the internet, and when I say like I'm scrolling for hours and stuff, or posting, or editing, or doing all these other fucking things, you create a mental disorder majorly. Like anxiety kicks in, and then when you're scrolling on TikTok, and then they start posting stuff about the war that's happening right now, and people saying like false claims of World War III happening. Or it's false information that we're getting, and it's not only the news. The news itself is fake. It's always been fake. But dude, the internet is the fakest thing that anybody like. Dude, where'd you get your information from? From the internet,
TikTok, Twitter.
You just watched a fucking reposted video, or a person that took footage from something else and put words on it and made you think that this is happening. So now your anxiety, you're scared, or you're anxious, or you're just fucking mad, or you change your whole lifestyle because of that one little 15-second video.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of wild. And like that's the thing that like scares me when it comes to the internet is like time is a currency to them. The more you sit on their app, the more they make money. Like Facebook does it, TikTok does it, YouTube does it. Any social media platform does
even
it.
like
Spotify.
Spotify's doing it too, where how many monthly listens? That's a number. That's considered like how many monthly listens do you have on your song? Why does it matter? I put my shit out there on Spotify, Why does that number matter? Because if I have millions of listens, does that mean I'm famous now? Just because I have 1 million listens? It's crazy because back in the day, you would get famous because you earned it.
Yeah.
For your talent.
Acted for years, you were a singer.
You grew up with it.
You made beautiful art, something like that.
Justin Bieber, he came off the internet.
Yep.
Look at his fucking fame, dude.
With the internet, it has made so many things so easy. From one, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Like somebody like Tyler the Creator wouldn't have been famous if not for the internet.
You have a weird obsession with Tyler
Creator. He's one of my favorite artists. What do you want me to say?
I want you to tell me that he sucks.
Nah.
Right now.
I'll say his like first 2 albums are pretty bad. Like they're pretty rough.
I like Tyler. I like Tyler Creator. I was just checking.
But like, there's certain musical artists who wouldn't have gotten famous if not for the internet. Danny Brown, JPEG Mafia, Tyler, Frank Ocean.
Millions and millions of more fucking people are out there. But it's so much accessible.
It's crabs in a bucket.
Now, I'm sorry if I keep interrupting you.
Oh no, you're good.
Now, back in the day, if someone wanted to create a show, they're going to have to buy a studio. They're going to have to buy license. They're going to have to buy this. They're going to have to get that. Now it is in our living room.
Yep.
I can, if I really wanted to and put my heart to it, I can have a whole music studio just right here. I could have a whole stream studio just right here.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Bo Burnham makes one video. Sorry, my dryer's going off. He makes one video. To the fucking moon he went.
Yep.
And it was the unexpected where it's like, okay, let's go for a ride. But the journey that he gave us in that movie, film, documentary, comedy series, or whatever you want to call it, is such an eye opener. And now, if you just watch it and be like, yo, this is like a weird thing, and I don't understand it, that's fine. Rewatch it. Don't be afraid to rewatch it. Understand that when you're watching Bo Burnham's Inside, it's the absence of the internet. It's the existence of the internet, of what it does and how it breaks down a person. It could take a perfectly wrapped, beautiful gift. By the end of this fucking video, that gift is going to be shredded.
Yeah. So, like, after content, we kind of get more sight into what Bo is thinking when it comes to comedy and how he sort of views it in the same way that a lot of people view it, of comedy is content of the entertainment world. Of comedy doesn't really make any statements. It's just, oh, haha, funny joke. And he says, he wants to be somebody who changes the world, and like he leaves an impact on it that makes the world better than what he had when he first, came into it. But he doesn't feel like comedy's that right avenue, which he did go into being a director. He made a film called 8th Grade. I'm yet to watch it. I need to, but I heard it's really fucking good. But he has this taste for comedy because he doesn't feel like it gives the impact that he wishes to provide. And it's like really like almost heartbreaking to like have a passion for something, but also feeling at the same time this passion is kind of pointless. Like it's unfortunate. No matter what you do in life, whether it's entertainment or whatever the fuck, I think you'll always be striving for something that like provides you more fulfillment. And like a lot of people never get that. A lot of people don't learn to just be content. And it's just kind of depressing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we're trying to express. And a lot of people is like, well, internet's not horror. It has nothing to do with like scary stuff. It's more of a perspective reality horror where it's real. That's the scary thing. It's fucking real. And we're trying to put it in the best way. We're trying to put it in the best perspective for you guys to understand that we are putting ourselves through this to make sure that and it is going to be a very rough ride. And so far with the 3 episodes that we have done have been mind-boggling towards me, and I don't know about you, but man, it's just been like I'm forcing myself to do these things to feel that anxiety, aloneness, just to prove to people that it's gonna break people down.
I think,
and I hope I don't get dark with it, but it might happen.
I think the difference between you and me is like I've accepted the monster exists. Like, I understand. I grew up with it. And, you growing up, the internet was a lot simpler. Like, it really was just travel logs, blogs, chat rooms, all that kind of stuff. And now it's everything. The internet is everything. It's a shopping center. It's entertainment. It's where you can go and find out the latest trends. You don't need to buy magazines.
You can find pleasure on the internet.
You can find pleasure. relationships, so on and so forth, and like you become slowly more and more detached from what's actually around you because of that. Like I think the statistic now is like 70% of relationships start with online dating now. And it's like
Dude,
whether that's
which is crazy that you say that. At our church, a few months ago, pissed me off, dude. Pissed me the fuck off. You know, I'm in church. I'm learning about God. You know, the stories about God and Jesus, and you know, learning on how He created this fucking magic place called Earth, and it like the whole shit, the whole service started off normal with singing and stuff, and they were doing their thing. Well, then a younger guy, probably like 25, he gets up on stage and he's discussing relationships. Okay, cool. If you don't have God in your life and your partner has the devil, then you shouldn't be with them because that doesn't match. Okay. I found my wife on christianmingle.com. And I think you guys should get on christianmingle.com and find that one. And I'm like, in my brain, I paused for a second. And I'm like, you are preaching to me about finding love or relationship goals when we're talking about God that created the earth, heaven, and hell. But you're telling me to get on a website at church where I want to learn about God to find a relationship. Blew me away, dude. I literally, and I remember this day too, I went to the edge of my seat just like this, and like all these people were just like locked in. I'm like looking around like, fuck this. Literally, fuck this. Then now all these like churches and stuff are, having services on the internet. Publicity.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Deuces. If I want to go find God, I'll get on the internet and I'll search up, scriptures and stuff for Jesus. So then I'll believe in the own shit that I believe in of the stuff that I learned on the internet.
Yep.
It should not be like that.
No.
And it's not, and it may not be just like just my church. I know other churches do it and stuff, and they may, and some churches may do like old school stuff, and they never talk about it. Okay, cool. But my church, which is a Christian church, is doing that. Like, bro, that's like, to me, if I want to go religious route, that's the sign of the fucking devil, bro.
Yeah, I think
motherfuckers never heard of catfishing.
It's a hard line to draw because, like, I understand the internet brings people together, but it also makes people feel the loneliest they have ever felt. You can be connected to every single person in the world and still be alone. It's so devastating to be able to just be on the internet and see everybody, posting as if they're happy, and then you're sitting there like, well, why am I not? And that drives you deeper. Which we kind of get with Inside because the whole special is kind of split in two. We get the, 30 thing. We get the 30 song where he talks about being 30, which we'll jump to that after this. But after 30, we now see that Bo has like started to lose his mind. To give a little bit of backstory on it, just so more people understand, the special was filmed during COVID. During the shutdown and everything, it's just him in a room filming the special. And you get this feeling of isolation, and like Bo is, by the end of it, is desperately clinging onto anything that can provide him some sort of connection. And you don't get that. You by the end of the special, you understand like he has completely isolated himself. He doesn't want no physical contact with the world. If anything at all, it should be digital.
Because it's not physical.
Because it's not physical.
That's the fucking episode name, dude.
What? Because it's not physical?
No. If it's digital, what did you just say?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
If it's not digital, wait, I'd rather have.
It was. What was it? It was. I'd rather. I do not want physical. I'd rather have digital.
That's it. That's it. If it's not digital, no, that's not what you said.
If it's not, I don't want or I don't want physical. I'd rather have digital.
Yeah.
I'll just send it to you.
Physical but digital, dude.
Yeah.
Physical but digital. Damn, dude, that's a good name.
That is a good name.
Physical but digital. Oh my god, I can't even talk now.
Physical but digital. But
write that down.
Coming back to the song 30, me and you had this very, very deep talk of, you know, I'm 23 years old, and not going to give too many details, but at a very young age, I experienced death. Not for me, but through a family member. And at a young age, when you understand what death really is,
I'd rather have physical, not digital.
It kind of, you know, fucked with my brain. And I'm not dreading turning 30, but it also worries me that once I turn 30, my life just flashes by me and I turn 60. You know, whenever I think about death, because I'm not religious, I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife. But some people do, and that's okay. But whenever I think about death, I feel like there's this hole in my chest, and I struggle to breathe. And he kind of talked about that, of like he's comparing his life to what his grandfather did when he was 27. When he's like, my granddad was 27, he fought in Vietnam. When I was 27, I built a birdhouse with my mom, and you know, being so young and knowing what my past relatives did, and I just am sitting around on a computer and being like, oh well, my life isn't shit, dude. Like, and then like you start thinking like, well, is this all it is? And obviously it's not. But when this is all you know currently, it's kind of hard to imagine what else it can or will be.
It's like we kind of do it to ourselves.
Absolutely.
And we don't even realize we're doing it. And like that's you know, that's bizarre. Because it's like, you know, like I'm in my 30s. I'm 32 now, so I'm considered old to you, you know, which is funny. You know, and I got a few friends that are a little older, and they're old to me. They grew up in a different time frame than me, so they're like, yo, dude, 70s and 80s were the shit. Well, I wouldn't know, because I was born in 92. Now, I hear about all these great, amazing things, which I wish we had. I wish that, you know, I never had a cell phone. I wish that it was never about, you know, like, you don't got a cell phone, dude, you're a fucking piece of shit. You can't afford one. You're missing out. You're like, I've met people, well, they don't have Facebook, and I'm like, dude, you're missing out, dude. You don't have Snapchat, dude, you're fucking missing out. What do you, like, but good for them for doing that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I didn't realize that until, you know, 3 episodes into this fucking episode. Oh, the season.
I try my hardest to, like, avoid being on social media. Like, I don't post on Facebook. I don't post on Instagram. I never post a story on Snapchat. I post on Twitter when I think of something funny, you know, and that's all it is. I literally I'm like, oh, that's a funny thing to say, and I just tweet it, because I go back and look at my tweets and laugh at myself.
Like, fucking loser.
Like, but you know, with 30 being the transition of like, we now see what is happening to Bo mentally. Oh, and it just really kind of starts with the I don't want to know, like, how are you feeling? Do you like the show? Uh and he's not getting a reaction because he's by himself. And
So he makes
when
his own
you
audience.
and he makes his own audience. He's he doesn't physically ever show the internet, but you get this feeling of he is so desperate for any kind of connection that he has now started to lose his mind, because the way it's portrayed is that he's trapped in this house for months. He doesn't leave. He is by himself. He talks to nobody. And you're just sitting there like, holy fuck, he's like alone. He doesn't have anyone. And you start hearing him talk about like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have had our generation that we have now raised on the internet. Maybe we shouldn't give our kids iPads and be like, go wild, go whichever the fuck you want. Because like, dude, it's not healthy.
No.
Growing up for me was both a blessing that I grew up poor, because now I have more of a connection to physical shit. That's why I collect CDs and vinyls and physical copies of games. Or any day of the week, I would rather play physical Magic than digital Magic. Like, I know so many people are like, well, we can just play online. I'm like, dude, I don't want to. Like,
I want
wanna
that
go,
physical interaction.
I want to sit down, bullshit with my friends, and play a fucking game. Like, dude, I remember one time I went over to my buddies and I was like, hey man, what do you want to do? I was like, I can teach you how to play Magic, because he was just learning. He's like, yeah, let's play a few games. And after a few games, he's like, I'm cool for right now. I was like, all right, so what do you want to do? Motherfucker, we sat down and played Animal Crossing. And it was sick. We sat down, we had 2 GameCubes, because if one was for him and one was for his wife, and he handed me a fucking memory card. He's like, here you go. Here's your own fucking world for Animal Crossing. He fucking plugged it in. We launched the games, and we fucking just sat and chilled and played Animal Crossing while we just shot the shit. And like, I prefer that so much more than just hopping on a game and being like, all right, guys, what are we playing tonight? Like, I have more of a leniency towards single player video games because I don't like most online games.
Well, it's like doing these like podcasts and stuff, I know that you exist because I work with you. I see you every day. But it also feels like I'm still alone.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's asleep. So like I'm in my own house, you're in your own house. And all I gotta do, literally, is click this little red button down here. And that's it. That's in the call. That's it.
Yep.
And it's crazy
That's it.
to look at it like that.
Like, our connection can be severed by a click.
Boom. It was dynamite.
I don't have to physically walk out of the room. I don't
feel
have
awkward.
Yeah. Like, it's literally just like, peace, boop.
Done.
But we get that, and he says, damn.
Sorry,
Just like that, he left.
I was just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, you're good. But like in 30, he says, what did he say? I used to make fun of the boomers, in retrospect a bit too much. Now all these zoomers are saying I'm out of touch. And he says, like, well, when you have a fucking mental dissociative disorder in your late 20s, don't come crawling back to me. And I don't know how accurate it is, but I've definitely... Everything good?
You're delayed. It's weird.
I'm delayed?
Yeah, by like a few seconds.
Weird. Very weird. Are we good? Do I keep going?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll just like lead the chat. Keep talking. I mean, it's not like it's not like we're gonna hear you. Here we go.
Was I supposed to be recording my audio?
No, you're good. I got you.
Okay, cool. All right. So, you know, I don't know how accurate it is, but I've definitely heard the term disassociation more and more from people my age rather than people, you know, in their 30s or 40s. Granted, I don't know how relevant or recent a term disassociation has become, but I've experienced disassociation. It's like this weird feeling where you feel like you're in third person, you know, like you're just watching yourself. I experienced disassociation really bad during depressive episodes. I've struggled with depression and all that stuff through my life. And it's almost like a defense mechanism that your brain provides to be like, you're no longer in your body, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's really weird. Are you good,
it's just
man?
blowing me away. I don't understand what I mean, it's just cool, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. So like it's odd. I don't know how to explain it more than that. But, you know, as we dive deeper past 30, we get into Bo being more personal. And Bo has preached never put yourself online. Never let the internet control how you present yourself. You know, be yourself, and that's it. Do not shove yourself on the internet. That's why I'm always so like hesitant to share anything about my life when it comes to anything on the internet. I have my buddies, I have my family. That's as far as it goes. When I was younger, I used to do that shit, and I look back now, I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? Keep that shit to yourself. But you know, as we dive deeper, Bo transitions into sharing everything, where he starts, you know, even though it's a funny song, shit is literally just him being like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking feeling awful. I haven't showered in 9 days. I smell bad. I feel bad. I don't like this. And then it goes into all-time low, where he describes having a panic attack. And he's like, "Yep, it sucks, but I'm here. Like I've been having panic attacks again."
Yeah.
And you know, it just gets deeper and deeper until we hit "Welcome to the Internet," and this is where it's like,
that's a whole transition. That's a whole flip.
Yeah, like this is where a lot of people. It kind of frustrates me because I know this one guy who like tried to strong arm it to where I was like, "Hey man, did you see Inside?" He's like, "Yeah." I watched like the first 10 minutes and I turned it off. I was like, "Why?" He's like, I just get the joke of being inside sucked." I was like, cool, dude. Like you just didn't even
try.
Yeah, like
even if like you don't describe it, dude, it's like that's a type of film that you have to like sit down and understand that it's not about the funny aspect or his funny ass songs or his personality. It's him getting fucking destroyed and putting it in perspective.
I'm going to pull up some lyrics from Welcome to the Internet.
Okay.
And I want you just to guess how many times I've experienced something like this just from scrolling something like Twitter. Let's see. Let's see. Would you like to see the news or any famous woman's feet? Let's see.
Did you want to look at women's feet?
No, I'm not a feet guy.
Clarified.
Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racial slur? I've seen those things right fucking next to each other. Be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. You find it
on the internet, right?
Yep, absolutely, brother. I'm so glad you have that sound clip. Here's a tip for straining pasta. Here's a 9-year-old who died. that has happened recently to me. Where I will see a cooking video, and right next to that cooking video, that's a dead child. And
it's not,
that's just,
and it's crazy. And I'm happy that you said that. Like when you're scrolling on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, it's all a reel. Facebook Reels. It's basically you're on a reel. Anyways,
yep.
So it's you start off by just scrolling because you're bored, you know. So then your emotions start kicking in. You see somebody, you know, taking a jet ski and just hauling across that water, having the best time of their life. You feel like, man, I want to do that.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, like a 90s nostalgic video comes up of your childhood. Then you start dwelling in the past, like, man, I missed that time. That was such a great time. And then it starts talking about World War III, and then you're like, well, fuck, dude, here comes. You have all these like emotions that are just pouring through your brain, right? And like you don't. It's like bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like, dude, I do that to myself all the time. I'm doing good. It makes me think differently and stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm going to like, you know, early 2000s, like nostalgic fucking, you know, how schools were back when Christmas was happening, where we made the paper chains across the ceiling, or we made homemade popcorn strings or candy canes out of paper. The little snowmen and stuff. You know, this is stuff that we dwell in. And it's like that we kind of forget in a way, but it like unlocks a memory of it's more sadness. Like, man, I miss that. That was more simple.
I could go back.
Yeah. So now you're sitting in your bed at 4 a.m. or just waking up with like 6 or 7 emotions going through your brain when you haven't even fucking yawned yet. You haven't even pissed yet. You haven't even done nothing. You haven't even got to grab a food yet.
Nope.
And all these emotions, like you haven't even made your fucking bed. But guess what? That's how you're going to start your day. So now what you get for your, you know, 30 minutes of scrolling, that's gonna be your day for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Good job.
You're gonna be thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like,
all fucking day.
So like, you know,
so crazy.
By the end of it, you know, or like during the chorus, you know, he says, apathy's a tragedy, boredom is a crime. That is like the internet's bread and butter. We don't have a lot of apathetic, you know, actions or empathetic actions on the internet. But goddamn, if you're bored, that's not what they want. They want you to be entertained just enough to where you have something to keep you going.
Swipe up. Swipe up. Swipe up.
It's
swipe up.
It's insane. It's fucking baffling.
Mm-mm.
You know, and like it's really interesting because like I don't know how accurate this is, but Dissect podcast, I've listened to quite a few of their seasons where they go over stuff, and Inside was one of them. And like during this one, they came up with this whole thing of, I'm not sure if I wholly agree with it, but I understand what they're trying to say of, in the middle of the song, you know, Bo says like DMO girl and groomer, blah, blah, blah. And during the bridge, he's like talking to us very kindly and like saying like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe this happened to you. You know, this was it wasn't always like this. Let me show you what it used to be like. You know, let's just show you a little bit. Let's just get you comfortable until you're no longer what you used to be, inherently grooming the viewer and the watcher into being more sucked in.
Like, you're doing a great job. You know that, right?
Yes. Yeah, like that's exactly what it is.
You are doing a fantastic job. This show that you're doing right now is awesome. Well, we're going to get through this, right? So it's like you got that knife pointed at you, and you're like,
yep.
Yeah, I'm doing a great job. Thanks.
Yep. Thanks, cool. Thanks. Great.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Do I get pizza?
Yeah, it's like, you know, you get that feeling, and then like instantly, as soon as he has you comfortable, he switches up and he starts doing the fucking laugh. He's like, oh, ha, ha, blah, blah, blah. And then it throws everything at you. Literally every single fucking thing. All the background visuals, all the sound effects that have occurred in the song. It's all playing at the same time. And it's overwhelming. And now you're sucked in. Now you can't escape.
It's because you had that knife pointed at you.
Yep.
Like, okay, I feel attacked, but I'm getting forced. Okay, so I'm here I go. Metaphorically. I mean, obviously a physical knife is not getting pointed at you.
Also, during this time, you pointed out while we was watching, there was that little blip. And then it went away. And then a little bit later, that blip returns. And we're now seeing in a very abstract visual representation of Bo disassociating himself. Remember how I said, like, when you disassociate, it feels like you're in third person, you're watching yourself? The whole streamer skit is where he's playing a game, watching himself cry, play piano, walk around with a flashlight, all this stuff. And it doesn't feel like he's in there because he just feels like he's controlling it remotely.
Yeah, because he's describing a reaction video.
Yeah. Like all the reaction stuff where he's self-critiquing himself into an insane amount where yeah.
Say that one more time, brother.
Self-critiquing himself.
Shark-wee-wee.
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 Where he's critiquing himself into the point of he can no longer get a coherent thought in, which I guarantee you is a thing that everybody's fucking done when it comes to posting shit on the internet, where it's like, oh, I don't really like that picture. My hair looks weird. Or, this was so stupid and blah, blah, blah. Is the snow globe leaking?
On my Xbox.
That's not good.
Very slowly.
That's not good at all.
We'll see if my Xbox turns on.
So yeah, like you have this. We're good, brother.
We're good.
You have this thing where you're sitting there and you're like, oh my god, I can see every detail of myself. Or say you're a content creator and you edit your own videos, you're constantly watching. And I've heard this thing happen so many times of they watch themselves over and over again. They no longer know if the video's funny anymore. Like they genuinely just can't tell, so they have to post it.
Yeah, that's it. They're done.
Yep, it's out. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, I fucking hate myself.
Somebody might find it funny.
Somebody might find it funny. But after.
I was gonna say somebody would just completely find it the most funniest thing they've ever seen in their life.
Absolutely.
Like I've posted a video of I've experienced that where I post a stupid ass video on TikTok. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was fucking hilarious, but I wanted to show everybody else. So I posted it on TikTok. And I almost got 1 million views on it. 742,000. And within overnight, I get a call from my buddy and he's like, "Hey dude, Arthur, you on your TikTok?" And I'm like, "No, not really." Not even knowing anything,
Yeah.
And then I get on my TikTok and it's at 130,000 likes within 4 hours. I'm like, dude, I just went to sleep. What, how, what's going on?
What the fuck happened?
Well, then throughout the day, dude, it just kept climbing more and more. I went from 100 followers to 4,000 followers in a day.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. So in my mind, since I'm all about this social media stuff, I'm going to use that and throw more videos at them. Well, then more videos start taking off because that video is an algorithm.
Yep.
It's in there. It is surfing the fucking web. People are
right through,
reposting, sharing, favoriting, liking, showing their friends, going to my profile, shooting me a follow constantly. And here's the thing though. So I'll keep doing that. I'll keep posting all these videos. I'm getting thousands of likes. I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy, dude. I'm at like 91,000 likes on my TikTok. But then just one day, it just starts to go down a little bit. Like 10,000, 6,000, 4,000, to maybe 1,800 for a few days. And then 200, 50. And then it just beats you down. You're like, what am I doing wrong? Well, what do I need to do something different now? Like how
do I keep their attention?
How do I keep their exactly. How do I keep their attention? Just keep posting. I'll be consistent. I literally let posting take over my life for over 2 years. I posted every day on Instagram, mainly Instagram, but every day on my old podcast, the Dark Carousel podcast. And if you go to that Instagram, dude, it's every day. I may have missed maybe one day, but I was very close of posting it on a different day. Like if it was like a few minutes after 12,
Yeah.
But I made that my job. I've let it consume me. Like, oh, dude, I got to post a picture. If I go to a photo shoot and I take 200 pictures, that's 200 days of just pictures. So we did that. We did a photo shoot. So now I have like 300 fucking photos that I'm not going to show the world, but I'm going to show them the world. Well, I'm going to show these pictures to the world, but one day at a time. So I'm going to take like 5 to 10 minutes out of my time, edit, filter it, hashtag it, post it.
Yep.
Maybe I'll get good likes. Maybe I won't get good likes. But it's just crazy that how this this worm, this fucking tentacle is just like creeping up on you every single time, especially when you're all about it. Then it's like it's wrapped around your throat. And I didn't realize it too, because it interfered with my family majorly bad, like with my kids, dude. I was like losing connections with my kids. I always wanted to post. I gotta post. I gotta be consistent. I gotta be post. Even if it's shit and like I feel I'm out of ideas of editing, I gotta post. Maybe I'll change the song. Be a shitty post, but it'll be a good song with this post.
Yep.
So it's a constant buildup of just stress on my mind. Like, hey, bro, like make sure at least one time today, about 15 minutes of your time, I need you to fucking post. And I stressed that to the guys. Post once a day. Post. And it was like drilling. And then it just stopped because it was exhausting. I wasn't seeing what was going on, and it put a wedge between my brother-in-law and I because of that stuff, because I was so hyper focused, and then I just stopped. Not wanting to just I wasn't not wanting to do it no more because I wanted to. It was just so exhausting. And it's not saying like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I did it to myself. Yeah. So it put that wedge between like him and I with like a bunch of stuff, because it's like, sometimes people are like, dude, what happened to like this person or whatever? He's never said that, but this is just an example. But like, what happened to like, you being gun-ho about this? Like, man, I just lost it because I was just doing it every day for 2 years, man. And like, I had to stop because it was so exhausting. And then I created this show and I started to do the same thing again. And then I've lost all these guys because I wanted them to post, be consistent, dude. Like, let's fucking do this. And like, I was stressing them out and I wasn't realizing that I was doing that. That's why I'm like really quiet about like the show with you and I, because I want us to like find a moment. Let's talk about the show real quick. And like, I have so much on my fucking phone that I can be posting on like Instagram and stuff. Yeah. I just posted a picture of like an AI thing that I made, and which the internet made, which you find it on the internet, right? Right. So I just answered myself, which is crazy. But it's like I don't stress it enough to post anymore because I was a little bit of an asshole. I was a little bit of I was forcing something on somebody that has never dealt with it. And that causes, wedges, or it's just like, man, like now I got a persona of like me being like, he's just very forceful. He's kind of like a narcissist in a way, So it's like, whoa, dude, like if it wasn't my way, I'd get pissed off. And I'm like, man, okay, so like let me take a step back. So I did. I took a break from the show. I took a break from streaming. I took a break from everything. I didn't turn my computer on for months, dude. Maybe once in a blue moon I'll turn it on for like the kids and stuff, but I didn't stream because I got digital. Like digital.
You get sucked in.
And I didn't realize it. And then so like I just recently, about a month ago, I jumped back into streaming. And I kind of went overboard on streaming, but I also find it real fun to interact with these people. But I'm doing it in a way where, there are people out there in this world that do need that help, that don't have that physical interaction. I want to be that interaction, I want to be that someone's ear, and you know how I am, dude. I'm great with people, dude. I'm great to talk with people in any situation. I've seen it, and you've seen it when I talk to, my boss and our other employee at work. They're about to have altercations. I'm going to handle that real quick because when them two go at it, they don't have, they lose the fact of like how to talk to each other. Now there's just fucking anger. You see little old me going over there. I'm going to get involved, but in a fucking manner where we can calm down. You go this way, you go that way. Let me handle it. I will gloat about that a little bit because I feel like that was like my dad's structure of raising me and my brother and being really hard on us to be as respectful as you can when the time is right. Yep. Even if the time is wrong, you still be respectful, I'll get a subject real quick and then we'll jump right back into it. So last night I had an altercation like with my dad. He called me yesterday, pissed off because my son's been living there. And this is my oldest son. And he's been living there for quite some time now. And like the background story of that, he's like, he tried to come live with me. And it was just not working out with me with my hours of work and stuff. And I still find a lot of time to hang out with my son, and my daughter. And it's not me being an asshole. It's just, my job. It's like I have to go to work, but he's like 11. And I can't leave him alone because I don't trust him. But anyways, so he calls me and my dad's screaming, dude. He's fucking pissed. Mason's screaming in the background and my dad's screaming and shit. And man, he needs to get the fuck out of here. So like I'm starting to get upset. And I want to start going off on my dad. Like, dude, don't talk to my fucking son like that. But what am I going to do, dude? I'm at work. I'm on the phone with him. So I kept on repeating myself. Like, Dad, you need to give Mason the phone. Mason needs to go upstairs. You need to relax. And Mason needs to talk to me. Well, it took a few times. I've repeated myself multiple times. That's all I kept saying. I wanted to go off on him. I was like, motherfucker, come on. I was losing my mind. I was about to lose my shit. But I told myself, like, I'm not going to get mad at my dad. I'm not going to get mad at Mason. I just need you guys to separate. So 5-10 minutes later, my dad hands Mason the phone and Mason goes upstairs. I told him, I said, before you talk to me, I need you to understand I'm talking to you. I'm not mad at you because I don't know what the situation is, right? So let me finish what I say first so you can calm down. But when you do talk, you can talk to me, right? Because I want to know what you did wrong and I want to know what you did right, right? And then we'll meet in the middle and then I'll explain to you what you did was wrong and what you did was right. Dude, it just laid down. And it was so great because he calmed down. He explained some stuff. He also said some stuff that blew me away. Like he was like, yeah, this little girl, she was being mean, so she flipped me off, so I fucking spit at her. He didn't say fucking, but I spit at her right in her face. And I was like, okay, let's take a step back. That is probably the most disrespectful thing to do to a human, right?
Yeah.
In any altercation, you don't do that. Even if you get punched in the face and you spit at him, you better have two options. You're going to get your ass beat severely, or you're going to fucking get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only options you got. Because, like, if you ever spit on, like, me, you know, daddy's going to be whooping some ass, you know?
Yeah.
Now, if, like, one of you guys spit on me, dude, I'm going to just start throwing hands. I'm not going to tell you why or what. I'm going to start throwing fucking hands. But it's not trying to be like, oh, well, I'm a badass. It's like, dude, that's just disrespect. But anyways, what I'm saying is, it's like, talking to people is, like, the most important thing. So that's what I try to do on the internet, dude. I try to talk to these people that are having bad times and stuff. I don't even know these people, you know? But I felt like I've known them forever, where they, you know, subscribe to me or they throw these gifts and stuff. Like, dude, I'm so grateful for it, and it feels so good. But deep inside, man, when I click that button of ending the live, there's nothing.
Yep.
For 4 or 5 hours of going live, I had all this shit blasting in my ear. I'm playing a fucking video game, dude. I'm interacting with these people. I'm making them laugh. I'm making them cry. You know, we're getting emotional. We're building this bond, you know? And that live, I don't have anything. I just gave all my happiness to somebody else while I'm not even realizing I'm right here this whole time. But I'd rather give my digital life to them and make them feel great. When in reality, you know, bro, I ain't doing so good. It's like, it's crazy, man. And like, you know, if you have siblings and stuff, you know, I loved watching my brother play video games. I thought that was cool. You know, especially for the parts like you keep trying and trying and trying, and then he gets mad at you. He's like, just give me the fucking controller. Let me do it. Or if we're playing Mortal Kombat, hey, let me beat you. Let me beat you. Let me fucking beat you. You don't want that, but you're going to give it to him, you know? And so you find that, I don't know, man, it's just crazy to think that we're losing our lives, you know? And what Bo Burnham, like, put in my brain after, which I won't say the end. I don't want to talk about the end. But what Bo Burnham did during the hour and 30-minute, you know, series.
Why don't you want to talk about the end?
I don't want to give it that to people. I want people to understand what that
That's
feeling
fair.
was, you know?
That's fair. So
Basically,
with you,
sorry, you can go. I'm done.
with you talking about, like, you know, it feels good to have this interaction with people, and it feels nice to just be that ear for them and all that kind of stuff. Do you ever feel like, you know, you're doing too much?
I do sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that when, you know, things are starting to pop off in the live and stuff, and, like, you know, I'll have like 150, 200 people in there and just chatting away, doing their thing. And that's a lot to me, so I don't want anybody, but you have only like 200. It doesn't matter.
Decent number.
It doesn't matter. For a person that doesn't, like, I'm not famous, that's a lot of numbers for me. So anyways, like, that's not the point. But, like, when, yeah, man.
So,
Yeah.
with you feeling like you're doing too much, do you ever feel like you're at your limit? Like,
Yeah, because I feel like that, you know, for instance, you know, I do this thing where it does bother me that, you know, I see a number up there and it's not doing anything for over an hour. And then in my back of my brain, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong, you know? But it's like, it's not like that I'm doing anything wrong. There's also a million people online right now.
So it's really funny.
You're funny.
Because I can't say that, never mind. It's really funny because even big streamers or like YouTubers and all that, they do the same thing. there's streamers who literally like will keep a rule in their chat and make sure that they do not know what the live number is. Like, no matter how big or how small, because it fucks with them. Because then they start thinking, I need to up my shit. I need to be more performative.
Then you start being a tryhard.
Yes, exactly. Which I'm not sure how close to the end of this episode we are.
I say we probably got about 20 minutes.
Okay. This will cover 20 minutes. Right
now we're at like an hour and 15. Which is crazy to me. I thought we were only on here for 30 minutes.
The second to last song, right? You know it. You knew it before you even watched it and you didn't realize it. All Eyes on Me. This is like the emotional peak of how much more can I withstand. Once again, Bo has always struggled with being in the limelight, being so famous, being the guy who has to perform all the time. And, you know, you sit there and immediately you feel this dread because it has that overwhelming, like, the, you know, as it leads into the song, and it's the zoom in on the camera where it's like, that shot gives me such like a pit in my stomach. And I don't know why. I don't know how to rationalize it. But like, as we zoom into the camera and we have that overwhelming just hum, and we get to the point of, you know, Bo's performing All Eyes on Me, and you see in the background, you know, the camera capture card is at its max. The battery is at its lowest. Bo is at his breaking point. He can't take no more. Now what's interesting is I don't know if it's supposed to be originally or whether there was just something that he was throwing around, but in the outtakes, there is a shot where you hear flames in the background and you just hear Bo screaming. He's in a house fire. Now, in comedy, there's, you know, the chorus, you know, if you ever wake up in a house that's full of smoke, don't panic, call me up and tell you a joke. Mm-hmm. And at the end, it's, you know, if I ever wake up in a house that's full of smoke, call me. I won't panic, tell me a joke. Or call me, I'll panic. Or if I ever wake up in a house that's full of smoke, I'll panic, so call me up and tell me a joke. And it flips it because, you know, the original song is like, I'm really joking at a time like this, to you're really joking at a time like this. Everything is so fucked up, and all that anybody really can do, because none of us want to address it, and none of us want to face the reality of this could be the final point of humanity. We'd rather joke about it.
Which is basically how we end this conversation right here. But like how he said, this is our humanity now. So I was talking to Dalton earlier, and I was just like, I was actually in my car on the way to work, and I was just thinking, like, you know, let's put ourselves in that. And I was driving to work. I was hauling ass because I was a little late, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up to Dalton. And so, what we're gonna do, before our next episode, is we're gonna take 24 hours and execute this right here. That means I have to stop my daily streams. I can't look at the internet. I can't listen to music. Maybe like a CD or like a tape or something. If I want to watch a DVD, I have DVDs. I can't use Netflix. Nothing involved with the internet. I'm going to let this thing ding all day. Stress me out. No games on the computer because you have to get on the internet like Steam to get on your games, to play your games. Nothing with the internet for 24 hours. And I want you to write down in your phone and your notes, nothing else, of what you're feeling, how are you feeling. And even if you have to get on your camera and talk, do that. Just talk. We'll show it.
Yeah.
24 hours. And I told Dalton, I was like, bro, we have to do something before our next episode, which is that. But during this stuff, we have to go and do like a journey. Like, mail a letter to each other. Like how we would talk. I ain't texting Dalton. I'm gonna write him a letter. It may take a few days, but he'll get it, hopefully before the show. That is one of our goals. Go out and do something, or read a book, listen to an actual vinyl, listen to a CD, play with your kids, go outside. It's cold right now, so we probably won't be going outside, but I'm gonna make sure that it's a day that we do not have work.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We're not distracted at all. It's just us.
Nothing.
We have to figure it out.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to call Dalton because I have to use the internet to call Dalton, which is crazy. Well, it's not really the internet. Would you call that the internet?
I'd say phone calls.
Like texting
is okay.
Texting and calling should be not a part of it, because we're going to have that. But any other interaction, no, it doesn't exist.
Can't go on Twitter, can't go on Facebook.
No scrolling, nothing.
No TikTok, Instagram, so on and so forth. None of that. Calls, texts, that's the only real things that are allowed. But to kind of approach us towards the end, inside means a lot to me. If it isn't obvious, I struggle a lot with my relationship to the internet. Since I was a kid, growing up with the internet, and into my teen years, I've always had this weird feeling about it of seeing how people disconnect themselves from everything to connect themselves to the internet. Everywhere I fucking go in high school, or not until I got into my adult years and I actually started living life and all this stuff, did I actually notice that it's not as intense, but in school it is, where everything has to be posted. Everybody had to post everything. And it annoys me so much to see that, especially with kids where their life is the internet and we don't understand the ramifications of that. And with Inside, I finally found something that helped me understand why I felt the way I felt.
I got an idea.
What's up?
So for the 24 hours of us being awake and stuff, it has to be exactly 24 hours. As soon as you wake up, set a timer.
Yep.
For every 3 hours. When we wake up, doesn't matter what time of day we wake up and stuff, still, that's when your timer starts. Mm-hmm. We have to write down every 3 hours on how we're feeling. And then when the 24 hours is done, we mail that to each other and we read off how we felt. So you'll read mine and I'll read yours.
Sounds good. I like that idea.
That'd be a cool idea. But with that being said, guys, this is the end of the episode of the 13th podcast. And this episode is called I'd Rather Have Physical, Not Digital. I think that's great. I think that's an awesome name. But we came up with this segment, which is really cool. And it's going to be a little battle between Dalton and I. And I love this. And this is an internet battle. So if you want, Dalton, pull up your little screen and share, and I will do the same.
All right. Screen share.
Okay,
Go.
so now I watch your stream, which doesn't work like that. Shit, it does work like that. Cool. So I'm gonna go over here to where am I at? Why isn't this moving? Hold up. Okay, there we go. So you guys see us and stuff. We're in the picture and stuff. But what's cool about this, which you guys cannot see now, my screen, which kind of sucks. I can't see. I can see his. Why can I see? Why? Hold up. Okay, there we go. It's only when I click it. Fuck it. So I'm not. We'll watch Dalton's too. So you guys see Dalton's, and quite frankly, I'll just bring mine onto the Discord page at a. There we go. A very small thing. I can't really see a lot, but you see Dalton's, which his is Alec Baldwin, and mine is Kim Jong-un. It is our job to find Charizard. And we're going to count how many clicks. We're not necessarily like count. Yeah, well, this segment's called clicks. We're going to count how many times we get and how fast we can get to Charizard. And whoever wins gets the end of the episode. Whoever loses doesn't, just sits back and decide. That's it. All right?
Yep.
All right. And then we'll keep tallies through on each episode. And at the end of each episode, clicks. Here we go. Dalton, begin.
All right. I'm already. That's not what I wanted to go to, but okay.
So we're gonna find Charizard, and I'm on my second click right now.
Okay, so I am on my second click as well.
Okay.
I'm currently not where I want to be. Are
No.
we saying that we can go back?
No.
No, we
No.
have to keep
Yeah.
going with what we are. Okay.
So again, we'll each time we click, we have to stop and wait.
Okay.
Which is crazy, dude. And this is mainly just for the people that are actually watching the video itself. So please, if you're watching this, we're on Spotify, and the whole video's up on there. I'm on my third click. I'm gonna wait for you.
I have not clicked yet. Okay. Okay, I'm on my third click.
All right. So third click. What are you on?
I'm on the Oscars currently.
I'm on
actually the Oscars statuette.
I'm on the President of Republic of Korea. Which I don't understand how I even got here, but I'm on my fourth click.
Okay. Okay, I'm on Citizen Kane. I'm
All
on
right.
my fourth click as well.
And I am now on my fifth click.
You're on your fifth click? Oh, you're about to beat me. 100%. Let's see.
Dude, this is so crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he's searching too. He's looking. He's looking for a certain word. Dude, this is the crazy aspect. All right, you're on your
I think
fifth.
I might get somewhere with this.
All right.
I'm currently at the start. the 1929 stock market crash.
All right, I'm in Korea.
Uh,
No, I'm in the Empire of Japan.
yeah, you're a lot closer than I am.
All right.
Let's see, I'm on my 6th click now.
I'm on my 6th click.
I am currently on the U.S.
All right, I'm in the Japanese language. Which I think...
let's see. Go to NATO.
You're in NATO? All right.
Yep, I'm in NATO.
All right, hold up.
Please tell me Japan is in NATO.
No.
It's not?
No. No, it's
Fuck.
not. Dude, that's like the whole thing. Like, they're against us right now. So it's like, you should have known better.
That one's on me, I guess.
I gotta stick with Japan. I gotta stick with Japan. Gotta stick with Japan. That's like my biggest thing. I'm in Japan.
You're in Japan.
I'm in Japan. I'm on my 6th click. No, this is my 7th, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Japan has got to be on this page somewhere, right?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I've seen a lot of Iraq war. That's not what I need. I am going to go to South Asia.
You're in South Asia, so that's your 8th?
I think that's my 7th.
That's your 7th, okay. So I'm working on my 7th.
And my 8th, I'm going to go to Asia.
There you go. Oh, you're getting so close, dude. You're getting so freaking close. I am in... Oh, I can't go back. Why did I click on that shit list of countries? By GDP, which is a gross domestic product.
Okay, I'm going to...
Oh, I'm not going to get it.
Where the fuck is Japan?
On the other side of the world, brother.
Fuck you.
Oh, I can't wait to find this. I cannot wait to find this. I might have to go back to Japan.
Okay, I've
damn.
found Japan.
Oh my god, look at you. Oh shit. All right. I need to go back to Japan. Where's Japan? Japan. All right, I'm going to click on Japan. I'm back in Japan. The economy of Japan.
Let's see, I don't need Japanese Empire.
All right, just keep going. Keep going.
I'm on my 9th currently.
All right, I'm on my 8th. All right.
Okay, I'm on my 10th.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's about to find it. He's about to fucking find it. He's about to fucking find it.
Okay, I may have made a mistake, but
Good,
we can
good.
fix this.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go to the Imperial Japanese Army for my 10th.
Oh my god. Imperial? The
Yep.
army?
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh man, okay. Okay. Man, this one, I'm still on my 8th one, dude.
You're still on your 8th one?
Yeah, I'm still trying to... I need to get out of Japan. I'm still in Japan.
All right. I'm gonna keep going. That way we don't.
No, yeah,
take too long.
you keep going.
I'm on my 11th click. I'm on
I'm on my
politics of
9th.
Japan.
I'm on my 9th. All right. I need one thing, and I'm trying to find it. Oh my gosh. Banks of Japan. No. Head office. Look at this ugly motherfucker. Jesus.
Okay. I'm on my 12th, and I'm in the Supreme Court of Japan.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to go to Japan for my 13th. Hopefully there's a mention of video games around here somewhere.
Dude, video games, yes. Tokyo. I'm in Tokyo.
In Tokyo? Shit. I'm going to be on video games for my 13th.
Oh my god, no! Where'd you find it? Ah!
I'm going to go Pokemon for my 14th.
I can't find it. I can't find it. Oh my god, how the fuck did you get the Pokemon? There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
I'm currently on Pokemon.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I see Pikachu.
I can't find
I'm gonna click on Pikachu
Oh my god.
for my 14th or 15th.
Oh shit. I'm on my 9th still. I fucked up.
I'm going to go to Red and Blue.
I fucked up. I see it right there too. Oh, it's coming.
Okay, I just need to find Charizard himself.
Oh my goodness.
I'm on my 15th or 16th.
You're on your 15th.
I'm on Charmander. Charizard. Wait, does he not have his own page?
Does he not have his own page?
He does not have his own page, apparently.
But you found
Pikachu
Charizard.
does, but I found Charizard.
So just click on Charmander.
Yeah, I clicked on Charmander. It led me to a thing that had Charizard. I clicked on Charizard, but it kept me at the same spot. So, I mean, I got to it, but I don't know if that technically counts. But
All right, you can close your stream.
all right,
So that took him what?
15 or 16 clicks.
Yeah, to find Charizard, which unfortunately Charizard doesn't have a page on Wikipedia, which is very strange. Very, very
Shocking,
strange.
honestly.
So Dalton, with that being said,
Yes, sir.
that's all you, brother.
All right. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was interesting enough. Yeah. This was a little bit of a break of being so intense. I'll be fully honest. The last episode was really rough on both of us. So, if you're wondering why we're doing this as an episode where we're just keeping it very casual and relaxed, that is why. It's very draining to hear about all these horrible things. But we do it because we find it interesting at the least.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that like people understand, like, yo, like this shit's real, guys. This is real.
But that being said, I've been Dalton. I will be a different name next episode. That has been Arthur. He will also have a different name next episode.
I will.
Yeah, you have been Arthur. All right, it's something new now. I think I'm going to go with the Juan Julio.
Juan Julio.
But yeah, I think this has been a good episode. I think this has been fun. This has been a great talk. This has been the 13th podcast. Catch you on the flip side.
Smell you later, guys.
Yep. Big smell.
This does not even deserve a captain's log introduction, because this is dead serious. The inside and outside tour I